There's no place like the home you build yourself. And while most of us don't know enough about load-bearing walls to construct our own houses, we're perfectly capable of doing so in a video game. It's the perfect way to ground yourself in a fictional world, and it might also keep you safe, if that fictional world turns out to be a really bad neighbourhood. Although still in early access, Valheim is already the go-to game for base building enthusiasts. It's set in a procedurally generated purgatory inspired by Viking culture. You can take your friends, sail the seas in a longboat, and then settle down in a long house. That is the technical term, genuinely. The best thing about building in Valheim is that it's kind. If you knock down a wall or floor, you regain everything used to build it. That means you can experiment and make mistakes without being punished for it. Just don't expect the grey dwarfs and trolls to be so friendly. They're brutal. Speaking of brutal, Rust has always had a reputation for cruelty. It's a survival game that spawns you naked and alone, then asks you to build shelter to protect yourself from other awful players out there. Some of them have crafted battle axes, others have built rocket launchers. You're not even safe when you log off. Anyone could break into your base while you're away. So you'll want to guard your home with code-locked doors and surround it with explosive mines for good measure. Some players gather into clans so that others can watch over their stuff while they sleep. It pays to have friends in different time zones. Fallout 76 is the antidote to Rust. When it launched, players covered their camps with machine gun turrets in anticipation of attacks. As it turns out, however, RPG fans aren't that interested in wrecking each other's sandcastles. They'd rather go out questing together and drop a friendly wave emote whenever a stranger crosses their path.
Pleasant greetings. Please gather at the Tranquility Sanctum for today's guided meditation.
When a player does swing by to check out your homestead, the best strategy is to open your doors wide and give them a quick tour. Most likely, they've only come to buy costumes from your vending machines. They'll appreciate the way you've matched the wallpaper to the stormy sky outside. Minecraft is an oldie but a goodie. Everything in its world is made up of tiny cubes of soil, wood, cobblestone and whatnot. This granular approach means you can build anything you can think of, so long as you're willing to spend the time to plant each and every block, that is. A makeshift hovel can become the White House or Helm's Deep given enough time and planning. At the height of our own Minecraft fever, we were plotting buildings out on graph paper in black squares, then turning them into reality at night. There's a tactile pleasure to the pop and crunch of placing blocks that never gets old. And to ensure you're properly equipped for endless mining and clicking, then check out our G502X Plus gaming mouse, which comes with Light Force hybrid switches, LightSync RGB and more. Mind you, if it's the satisfaction you want, you could always play Satisfactory. At first glance, it's like a lot of other survival games, setting you loose on an alien world to explore and harvest natural resources.
You are the third of your sector to survive planetfall. Congratulations.
Except here, you're not just making a home, you're starting up a manufacturing complex on behalf of a questionable company named Fix-It.
The following instructional video is a summary of your impending duties as an exoplanetary pioneer for Fix-It Incorporated.
Rather than worrying about the end goal of your employer, you're better off focusing on the art of optimization. Before long, you'll have automated much of what you used to do by hand. You'll be sitting at the centre of a beautiful web of conveyor belts, like a spider wearing a high-vis jacket.
Expand your factories, outposts, and pipelines through automation and augmentation. That's it. Get to work and be effective.
It's time to zoom out a bit. Okay, a lot. In Rimworld, you're not managing a facility or two, you're taking responsibility for an entire colony. You'll need to draw up plans for solar panels and wind turbines, lay down cables to tight up your buildings, and build coolers to stop your food supply going bad. You can improve your base building to keep your people as happy as possible, but there's no perfection in Rimworld. That's because your colonists are human beings, unique snowflakes whose flaws you'll have to work around. Some of them even refuse to work at all. Of course, base building isn't just about survival. Sometimes it's about creating ludicrous gauntlets of traps for invading superheroes. In Evil Genius 2, you'll start off by carving out an underground lair into the side of a volcano with the help of your many minions. You'll make room for your piles of treasure and prison cells, but before long, you'll become obsessed with making the place James Bond proof. Once you've filled every space and corner with pinball bumpers, gigantic fans, and shark tanks, you can cackle with glee as secret agents start tumbling down your corridors. Hopefully these games will provide you with the foundations you need to get base building yourself. But if you're in need of more recommendations, don't hesitate to subscribe and ring that bell. Do that and you'll be the first to hear about new videos from Logitech G.
Note: Fixit Incorporated is cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste.